Hey, how's it going, YouTubers? Fumencho here, back again for another video. Thank you for tuning in. Today I'm going to be talking about Boruto. I can't even say that with a straight face. Boruto, the spin-off series of Naruto, coming out in May. It's being done by Ikimoto, which was Kishimoto's assistant. I believe that a screenwriter from the Naruto movie is also helping out with the story, and I'm sure Kishimoto himself is going to be overseeing this entire project. So, yeah. For starters, I don't really like Naruto. I thought at one point it was very, very good. Maybe one of the best shonen series out there. In the beginning, like the Chunin exams arc and the Gaara retrieval arc and all that stuff was great. I thought it was great shonen, and it really pleased me as a shonen reader. But as it went on, and it became a convoluted mess, in my opinion. There were just one too many plot holes, you know. Like after one, you're like, okay, and two, it's like, and 3, 4, 5, and you're like, okay, that's a little too much. I didn't even finish the series. I stopped reading once when the war arc kind of started. I read a little bit onward, but it just became such a mess, in my opinion. There was just too much going on, and there was just so much fan service, unnecessary fan service, you know, characters that did not need to be there. And the whole thing with Naruto and Sasuke just never made sense to me. And the ending itself, you know, having a Naruto offspring was just it was just fan fiction. That honestly, I've read better fan fiction than that. Like it didn't make sense. Like it was really dumb to me. And plus naming him Boruto, come on. They couldn't think of a better name than that. Come on. Okay. So yeah, my thought on this is basically, I think that a lot of people are confusing need with want. Do we need more Naruto? I think that the fanbase definitely wants it, but I don't think that we need it. I think that the story ended, and that's okay, and you did your little Boruto one-shot thing, and that's fine, but having it go on as an actual series doesn't make sense to me, because, for starters, it's very similar to Naruto. It's relatively the same story. I wouldn't be surprised if that kid, Boruto, wanted to become Hokage as well. He looks the same, he acts the same. You have Shikamaru's offspring who looks the same, acts the same. You have Sasuke's kid who looks the same, acts the same. It just, again, like, I've never read this or watched the film, so I could be wrong, and I'm sorry if I'm, you know, misguiding people or whatever. But from the outside looking in, it's very similar to what Naruto was and pretty much still is. And it doesn't make sense that it goes on like that. I believe that Kishimoto did create a very rich world there. I think that he did create a lot of great storylines that he failed to tell properly. And I think that a way of keeping the series going, keeping it alive, is exploring more of that world in different ways, showing things that weren't in Naruto. But yet we're going back to the Hidden Leaf Village, and we're talking about the same characters, and we're telling very similar storylines. It just doesn't make sense to me. I feel like there's so much more potential in that world that he created, and yet we're going back to the same place that we started. I really don't like the idea of that, in my opinion. Now, people bring up Dragon Ball and saying, well, that does the same thing over and over again, and people bring up One Piece, and I leave One Piece out of this. In my opinion, One Piece is still in its prime. That thing ain't stopping anytime soon. I can't even remember what chapter that thing's at. It's still very powerful. They're still telling stories, and exploring characters, and it's very, very rich. Dragon Ball, you do kind of raise a good argument if you bring up Dragon Ball. But I don't know, Dragon Ball is just so much more prolific and legendary. It is like the granddaddy of all manga, of all shonen at least, and I think that it's a little bit different. I don't think Naruto falls in that category in my opinion, although the sales might disagree. It is the highest grossing series of all time, and probably, you know, the most popular in my opinion, just the fan base itself. But I don't know. At least with Dragon Ball, now let's leave Dragon Ball Super aside, at least they're kind of exploring different things, and they're moving on with their characters. Like, Goku is still in this series, and he's still learning things, and still meeting new people, and doing different things. So technically, it's just a sequel. It's not more of the same story, it's more of the same story. It's moving on. But with Boruto, it's like, the story ended, and yet there's more. And I don't really like the more parts. I don't really like what they're exploring. Anyway, I'm kind of going on a tangent here. I'm kind of just repeating myself. It's just really, it's want and need. It really is. Like, we don't need more Naruto. The fan base just wants more Naruto. And that's understandable. And if I were a huge fan of Naruto, I would want it as well, but I would want a good Naruto. I would want more good Naruto. Same thing with Dragon Ball, with GT, that was just extremely disappointing. And, you know, it's super, again, I'm not going to talk too much about that, but it's just, again, you have to realize that eventually a series has to end, and if you make more, make it good. Please, just make a good series out of it. I just don't like where they're going with Boruto, and again, Boruto just sounds so silly to me. I feel like they could have at least named him something different. Anyway, again, I am repeating myself. Comment below. Let me know what you think of this news. Are you going to be picking up this series? Do you think I'm completely wrong? Do you think I'm off my rocker? Do you think that Naruto is the greatest series of all time and I'm just an idiot talking? Comment below and let me know. Keep it a little level-headed, though. Don't go crazy. Try to not use too much foul language. I'm trying to keep it PG-13 down there in the comments. So, yeah, just be respectful, please. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Hit that like button if you enjoyed anything that I had to talk about. It really, really helps me out, and I greatly appreciate it. It helps people watch these videos. It helps them get in their search bars, and it just makes me really happy as well. And, of course, subscribing, again, seeing that number go up makes me extremely happy. It makes me encouraged to make more videos and give my opinion on things, and yeah, it just makes me really happy. Follow me on Twitter at Fumencho7, other social media down below in the description. I post a lot of stuff regarding this channel and other news regarding video games and anime and film and just everything in between. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Thank you very much for watching once again, and until next time, I will see you guys later. Bye bye.